Going to apply into leadership, which in many cases are one and the same thing. Remember, we're going back to a fundamental principle definition of the word health, meaning a state or condition of wholeness. And people get caught up and they think health of my body. If I say health, it gets stuck right here. But and there's plenty of people out there, I'm sure, that have spoken on it at the same time. I'm going to take it from a body stance, and I'm going to understand all the principles and the systems of the body work, and we're going to translate that right into your business systems. Because in the end, whether you want to legally incorporate or not, the minute you have a business, you have what legally they're going to term an entity, meaning you're going to have a corporation, a condition of being a body. You're going to actually turn that into a body. So that principle of health, of a state or a condition of being in wholeness, you want that to be in there. It's not that stuff's not going to run into problems here. It's not that you're not going to get feedback. The feedback is something you want to be able to listen to, that is there for you to understand, here's how we adapt. The difference between going into a business and having a body is, in your body, you got a brain that unconsciously or consciously is sitting there running all these systems for you in the background. You are going to be the brain for your own company, for your own body or corporation. And at that point, then it is up to you or your board or your entire leadership team to be able to look and get that feedback and empower certain areas to be able to manage for themselves. The same way people are like, oh, there's an independent nervous system here. Oh, there's an independent area here. The brain's still giving it instructions and letting it kind of run on automatic. That's why you have reflexes. It means they feed back on themselves. They're designed that way. When you can create stuff like that in your systems, and then you get feedback and say, hey, that's not working, we need to go tweak what the automatic processes are. Great. You are now running business systems with health the same way you would a body. The same goes in leadership. That is leadership. Leadership is being the brain. It's being able to go out and say, hey, we're going to do it this way. But at the same time, the way that I view leadership is, it's not so much that I'm going to go out there and micromanage and keep everything going. I'm going to be out the one with the vision, the mission, and all the overall objectives of how we want this to run. And I'm going to put out the different pieces to allow them to go to different pieces to start running this whole body, this corporation, this business, the way that we want, in order for the entire thing to reach towards the objectives and the mission and the vision of the company that we have. That's where that runs in the whole thing. And in order to do that, all those pieces require health. Not to say that there's not times where you're down and not times where you're up, because health means you have both going through cycles, and you're constantly adapting to the feedback that you get in these different things. So the healthiest business systems and the healthiest leadership are the ones that can adapt to changing environments, because we're always going to have that stress in there. It's a matter of, is it distress and we don't know what to do, meaning you probably have dis-ease, cycles of dis-ease and ease, or are you in a sense where you go, all right, we're getting feedback here, we're having stress, here's how we're going to have to adapt and grow on this area here, and we're going to have to replenish a little bit over here, and then we're going to have to make some changes here. Now I have working on health, where we're going to feel dis-ease and we're going to go back to ease in order to continually adapt to everything that we got.